All right, Marie, we are recording. Say hi. Hi,
Good
everybody.
morning. Welcome to the Marie Manuchehri Show. Are we live right
No,
now?
not yet. We
Okay.
are
All right.
on here though, or here. I'm over here.
Okay. I know. I'm looking at Courtney. She's taking pictures.
All
I should
right.
go. Maybe go like this because
We
maybe
got a
people can
lot
see
of buttons, a
Benny.
lot of things to push. So here we go.
Began my
Stand by.
career as an energy medicine practitioner while working as an oncology nurse at a Seattle area hospital. My skill in moving energy combined with my medical background have been a catalyst for change
So
in
cute.
many people's
Yeah.
lives. I hope the next hour will be transformative for you as well.
Good morning and welcome to the Marie Manuchehri Show. We're live here from my dining room in Bothell, and Benny is in the studio in Bellevue.
Hello.
Because we can't hang out together right now, but Charles is here too.
I guess he's the best fill-in for me right now. He's got more hair. In fact, he's beat me. He's crushing it on the hairstyle. So
oh, that's hysterical. And he can't go in the studio because he's not a service dog. So yeah, but he gets to be live with us while we're working in the dining room, which is
we
really
could
fun.
work into the angle maybe of therapy, dog. Is that possible? Is there a way around that?
I got into too much trouble last time I snuck him in there.
That's right.
Yeah.
I guess we won't go there.
I got a few emails from the bosses. Yeah,
from the higher ups.
Yeah, I did.
That's cute.
So we hope that everyone's doing well and they're sheltering in globally, hopefully around the country and around the world, wherever you are in the world, and that you're having fun and you have enough food and you're feeling good and getting those walks out, but staying at least 6 feet away from each other. And what Benny always says, don't touch your face.
Yeah, don't touch your face. 6 feet, and what was the other one? I
wash your hands.
Wash your hands. Yeah, I've been doing that.
Yeah.
Well, I have all the other stuff around here too, so I just got like common procedure. It's like forget what I do.
My house is covered in sterilizing different types of disinfectants all over the house.
Right.
Yeah, right.
And so I know, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I know one thing, like since everyone's out in public just a little bit more, I know the weather's changing. It's getting more warm in the Seattle area, to please speak up, but be polite about it, on people like maybe in or outside your boundaries, of course, the 6 feet. Some people are still just not adhering to those ideas or rules as far as social distancing and the respect around that. Feel free to just kind of like, pipe up. Like I know I've heard it in the lines. I was at Lowe's yesterday. I had to pick up some stuff with the boys, and I had my boys kind of crowded around with me like my little ducklings,
Right.
And I had some people kind of working around me. I'm like, excuse me, do you mind just kind of backing up a little bit? And they're like, kind of look at me funny. I'm like, well, I'm doing my best to keep them safe. I think you should too. So it's how you approach it. Don't come off being, very forceful, I should say. Just kind of, be just gentle and polite. But I think people they kind of get used to their old surroundings, right? So maybe just kind of keep that in mind.
And if you have a mask or you can make a mask at home, I know it's hard to have the kids wear masks, but yeah, there's Benny's mask.
I got mine.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yep,
I'm all ready to go.
Right. So
I got a little muffled there.
There you go. I mean, I might sneak out to Flower World today because it's actually open, but I've got masks in my car and one in my pocket so that, so I can stay as safe as possible, but I haven't quite decided. It makes me a little nervous still. So, okay, we're taking people's calls today. Oh, I am going to talk a little bit. So Benny, you have to prepare yourself. I am going to talk a little bit about politics today. Just because it's interesting, Bernie dropped out of the race. Now we know who our Democratic nominee is. It's Mr. Biden, or Vice President Biden is going to be our Democratic nominee. And I actually was a little annoyed with the Supreme Court justices this week. I actually wrote them a letter because 5 out of 4 of our judges, well, 5 out of the 9, 4 were good people, 5 were terrible people, and allowed our beautiful constituents in Wisconsin to go brave the elements and stand in line for hours to vote in person, which is just ridiculous. That should never happen. Everyone should really vote absentee. We've been voting absentee in Washington State for a while now. And one of the things I love about it is you get to take your time. You can look up I forget the term for it, but like any laws that are trying to come in, you can look them up, you can look them online, you can read a whole bunch of information and then vote appropriately versus being in a small little, desk area at a voting booth and having to push your pencil through because you have to hurry. You got to hurry because there's a big line of people behind you. So the Supreme Court justices were definitely not acting like healthy Democrats. Charles, you're gonna hear squeaky noises. He's got his little squirrel in his mouth right now running around the house. chewing on it.
It's kind of par for the course with
It
everyone in
is,
broadcasting
yeah.
these days. And so, yeah, probably nothing new, really.
Right. It's nothing new, but it might be new for everyone else. But yeah, I mean, how horrifying is that? Is that politics is coming in front of health and the well-being of human beings. So if anything happens to those Wisconsin people after standing in line for hours waiting to vote, it is on those 5 Supreme Court justices. If they get sick or worse, it's their fault because they made a political decision, not a humanitarian decision
Right.
during a pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so voting that's coming around, we need to be very mindful. I think for people who have been on the fence about who to vote for, clearly we have to vote for people who have humanitarian points of view, because anyone can get sick. This probably won't be our only pandemic in the near future. The wet markets are still highly usable in China and other South Asian countries. So, and viruses mutate. We still have issues with the flu vaccine, even though we have vaccinations and actually remedies.
Right.
You know, so let's vote in a way where we know that people could be taken care of the best way possible under unusual circumstances, because they can happen at any time, at anywhere in the world.
Yeah, right. You had a really good point about the whole absentee voting and ballots and so forth in the Renton district where I live in. You know, we get the huge pamphlet, you know, and we're able to look it up and we have time. It's up to you if you want to stall out and, you know, get that in at the last minute. And that's fine with you if you want to, build up your information. And even if you still want to go to the polling till, just build up your information so you don't have that pressure. And what's really nice about that in our state as well. I appreciate it. I think it's really cool.
I love it. I'll take like 2 hours, sit on the couch with my laptop and just go through everything and make sure that because half the time when I read those pamphlets, I'm like, what are they talking about? I don't even know which side to vote for because it's kind of complicated. And
the language can be a little skewed. And, just want to make sure. Yep.
It's not always cut and dry. And then you look it up and you read the reviews and go, oh, I definitely want to vote no. And I was going to vote yes on that.
I hear you. I hear you.
Right.
Cool. Well, if you're just tuning into the Marie Manuchehri show, we are doing this still live today. Marie is at home. I'm here in the studio, and you can catch us on Zoom and on Facebook. We're all over the place right now.
Great.
We're all waving at our cameras. We're all pushing buttons and doing our crazy things, and we will post this after the fact later as well. And if you'd like to join us on the show now, you may do so at 877-825-8828. That is the number, 877-825-8828. And we'll take our first caller of the hour of the show. We'll take Shannon, who's calling in from the Seattle area. Hi, Shannon.
Hi, how are you?
We're good.
We're good, Shannon. How are you?
Hi. I'm okay. My marriage is kind of exploding.
Really? Is like sheltering in place creating problems?
Well, it's things that have been there and we've been like talking about it and then, working with it and backing away and talking about it again, but it's just like so in our faces now.
Yeah, right. And I don't mean to laugh. I'm very, very, very sorry. But I'm just happy that you guys are getting clarity about this because, I mean, you both want to be happy. And if you're not happy, yikes, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So,
I know.
So, because here's the thing, I draw out your energy because, I do this when I do a radio show. I draw out the people's energy that I read for, or if I do a distance session, which all of my sessions right now are on Zoom. But this is your energy. And even though you're having a really hard time, and you may not be able to see this because I don't know where you are.
I can't see it.
Okay. Your heart chakra is taking in tons of energy. So this is actually positive for you and good, even though, I mean, the logical mind's going, what is going on here? What am I going to do next? Where am I going to go? Or what's going to happen? Right?
Yeah, right.
I had a client. Go ahead.
I don't know what the best thing is for both of us. I mean,
I do.
Okay, tell me.
I think you guys need to get separated.
Okay.
You're not happy. You're not having fun. You're not enjoying each other. And this has been problematic for a while.
Yeah.
And if you just think about a separation, it can even just be, that's what separations are for. They're temporary moments in life. I mean, most people who get separated are actually, I am done. Like I'm moving forward, I'm done.
Cashing in the chips.
Cashing in the chips.
Mm-hmm.
But think about separations are like engagements. There are time periods where you get to figure out what you really want. Do you really want to be with this person? How are you feeling not under the same roof? because that's what separations are supposed to be like, where you take that time out and see how you feel. Like, wow, am I much happier in this way? Do I miss him? You know, oh, did I get some inspiration where we could work things out, which could happen as well. But I do think
Right.
I think you guys need to separate. I'm sorry about that.
Is there anything I can do to facilitate healing for each of us?
Well, I don't think that in a situation like this, I think the only person you can focus on is yourself.
Yeah.
He has to figure out how he's going to heal, because whenever something ends, like a relationship or a job, or we move across the country, we have to deal with our own feelings about it, and we can't necessarily take care of everyone else, right? It's just not possible. So I want you to focus on you, and then what will happen, you could get inspired in ways that you could be helpful for him. But yeah, okay.
Do you think he wants anything different for himself?
I don't think he knows a lot about what he wants. I think you've been taking care of him. I think you've been over nurturing him. I think you've been over compromising, and you've been making excuses. And he really is far away from what he needs or wants. Do you agree with what I just said?
I do.
Yeah. So
yeah, it's what breaks my heart, because
why?
Because I want the life that we have made, but it doesn't seem like he can show up for it.
Yeah. But he probably was like that for a long time, even when you met him. You're the type of person, you're super empathetic, so you put people on pedestals and you adore them and love them and cherish them, which is really a phenomenal way to be in the world. But you need to put yourself on a pedestal too, and make sure that you're getting what you deserve. Right?
Okay. Right.
Yes. So that's why I want you to focus on you. And then I think you'll be inspired. And I just want you to know, I said separation. I didn't mention the D word yet, right?
Right.
So I want you to see how you feel without him, and give him the opportunity to perhaps independently start to rise to the occasion that you can see for him. But he has to see that for himself. He has to want it, you know?
Right.
And I don't see that right now.
We made an appointment to start going to therapy. Do you think that's
yes,
a useful?
I do.
Is it useful?
I think it's
agree
useful
on that. I think we both agree on that. It's a start.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a start. I mean, it'll get clear when you're in therapy and the therapist is asking questions, and if he's not answering the way you think he will, you're going to be, what?
And the therapist is really good at being the moderator between the two parties and helping either side kind of get those things out that might be tough for those to engage on either side. You know what I mean? So it's definitely a move in the right direction on my part. Sorry, I didn't mean to hijack.
No, I absolutely agree. And I think that's what most people do anyway, right? When things get tough, they go get therapy. Hopefully from someone who's really skilled and talented and conscious. Yeah, I think great idea.
Yeah, references are always good. Ask your friends, family. Maybe they have some suggestions. It's always good.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
You're welcome. Have a beautiful day in gorgeous, sunny Seattle.
Yeah, thanks very much, Shannon, for joining us. 877-825-8828 is the number for the show. Let me stretch over here, get my other caller here, and we'll take now Erin. Erin's calling from the California area. Hi, Erin. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you.
Sure.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, Erin. What can we do for you?
I'm actually calling on behalf of my partner. She has been having some issues with her lymph nodes in her throat.
Okay.
And she's been to the doctor, she's been to 3 different doctors. Finally, the last one was an ENT. And we're not getting a lot of clear answers. So I'm just wondering if you had any thoughts about it.
Excuse me. So the good news about not getting clear answers is that whatever's going on with her, they're not able to diagnose. And that's actually good. You know, that's a good thing. That means that whatever's going on with her, most likely, if she's had enough tests, that they can't determine what it is from the modern medicine world. Why not a naturopath?
I'm sorry?
How about a naturopath?
Yeah. I mean,
Yes.
I think she's open to that too. Yeah.
I think that's a necessary requirement, especially when we're talking about the lymph nodes and the lymphatic system. You know, you've been to other doctors. What kind of, did they do any scans or?
They did an ultrasound, and they did blood work.
Okay,
and
good.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So I would definitely find a naturopath. There is a remedy to help the lymphatic system. It's cucumber juice. And it's better. Yeah, it's better if you leave the skin on the cucumbers, so organic. But if you don't have organic, because right now it's hard to find certain food. I haven't had some organic raspberries in a couple weeks now. It's very frustrating. So some organic cucumbers, if you can find them. If not, peel them, juice them. The enzymes that are released during juicing detoxify the lymphatic system. I also think dandelion tea would be good for her, but your partner has the tendency to move into depression. I don't know if you know this or not. And that depression is slowing down her immune system. So she needs to figure out how to be happy and stop focusing on negativity.
Okay.
That's a big chronic pattern of hers from my perspective.
Okay. That makes sense.
Okay,
Yeah.
so try those two things. Look for a naturopath. And maybe you can get online and have a Zoom session with one and see what happens from there. Okay?
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a beautiful day. I'll send lots of love and light to both of you.
Thank you so much. Take care.
You're welcome. You too.
Yeah, thanks very much for calling in. And 877-825-8828 is the number for the Marie Manuchehri Show. We're up here at our first break of the hour, and we'll be right back with more from Marie. Okay, all clear.
I can't believe we're out of break already.
I know, right?
How did that happen? Charles is like whining. He wants to get outside. So when Courtney came to the door, I opened up the door. And I think ever since he saw the sunlight outside, Charles, are you whining right now?
Right?
What's up? What's up, dude? You want to jump up here so everyone can see you? Come here. No? He's just looking at me like, what are you doing? Oh, there he is. There you go. Now everybody can see you. Charles, say hi. Say hi to the camera. Say hi. Yeah. You gonna say hi? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I might take you to Flower World later. What do you think? Huh? Yeah, then people will stay away because you're nice and big. Once I went on a walk with a friend of mine who's a physician. We were walking in downtown Kirkland area, and Charles was a pup. And we were accosted by so many people. I mean, when she finally asked to go on another coffee walk date, which now we can't do, right? I said, I promise he's too big now. We won't be accosted, because we couldn't even eat our lunch. People would walk by and go, can I just hold your dog?
People having withdrawals. They're having the interaction with withdrawals. So they've got
that was actually a while ago. That was last late summer. Yeah, no, that's okay. It was last late summer. But no, we can't go for a walk now because, you know, she and I can't go for walks, right?
Right. So. Well, I mean, you can.
We could, but
you like the popular areas, the more
we do the trail.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Where more people tend to hang out.
Yeah, I wore my mask at the Juanita Beach the other day because going on the boardwalk.
Yeah.
It's too tight. You can't be 6 feet away from each other.
No, I got it. I know. Yeah. The boys and I did that last summer too, and it's a great walk. It really is, but it's just that frustrating. Like, oh, how many? And more people are now getting out because the weather. So.
It's gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
So I need some flowers.
Coolio. Just waiting for still full here. That's good. All right, stand by. Here we go.
Maybe you've been guided to listen. Alternative Talk.
Cherish it. Thank you, Benny, for such great music. You know, my dear friend Michelle, who came over the other day. It was my birthday last month at the end of the month. And she dropped off gifts and flowers at the doorstep, you know, and then went to her car And she's my dancing partner. We go dancing together. She
Right.
goes, I can't wait to go dancing. I go, I know, we can't go.
So speaking of dancing, actually, I was dropping the boys off yesterday, and it was funny. We were down in the South Center area, and we pulled into the mall. No one's there, obviously. So if anybody wants to learn how to ride a bike or something like that, those are great places to do it. No one is there. So we kind of pulled in. We did our little drop-off thing situation, and these two ladies came whipping in real fast, and this one lady screamed. She goes, "Oh my God, I get to see you!" Right? They both held out their arms 6 feet apart, did one of those big hugs. Then one of the other ladies, I know, it was super sweet. Then one of the other ladies proceeded to get back into her car, and then they backed their cars back to back, turned up their music, and danced in the parking lot.
Oh,
yes, they sure did.
I'm going to tell Michelle.
Seriously?
Okay, this is perfect idea.
People can still get out and do these things.
Well, we might have a gelato get together with our family.
That
like
sounds good.
in a backyard, everyone massively away from each other. Because I won't say who, but one of my babies is expecting a baby. I'm really not supposed to go public with it, but I mean, she's very far along, but I want to look at that belly. I haven't seen that belly for a while. So I'm very excited. We might have a gelato meeting. We're thinking about it.
All right. Well, we'll hold that conversation right there so you don't get any more trouble there.
Yeah,
so
I won't get any more trouble. Yeah.
All right.
So who do we have on?
Yep, 877-825-8828 is the number for the Marie Manuchehri Show, 877-825-8828. And we'll take Heather now calling in from the Minnesota area. Hi, Heather.
Hi.
Hi, Heather. How are you?
I'm good. How are you today?
Lovely. Thank you. What can I do for you?
Yes, I'm so excited to get on. This is my first call.
Oh, thank you for calling. We thank you so much.
Yes. So I'm in the midst of a lot of change, as many people are in the world at the moment. The organization that I worked for, unfortunately, just closed abruptly, and it was what I believed was my dream job, and that I thought I would be there kind of for years, and that would be my life's work. And now I feel like I'm at this crossroads. I'm basically looking at what path to walk next. There's still some things to finish up with the organization, and I'm unsure of kind of how long I should stay involved with trying to finish things up, or when I feel like I can be, kind of step away from that, and as well as So
are they able to financially still take care of you while you take care of them?
No, I would be doing it as a volunteer.
Yeah, but they're closing shop, right?
Right, they're closing shop. It was a nonprofit.
Right, it was a charitable, like you said.
Yeah. That has clients that are still like needing support.
I know, but I love what you do. I love that you love to serve, but I want you to kind of move into this place in kind of a medium place. And I have a daughter who works for a non-government organization. She works on their corporate side of it, but she loves to, I think your hearts are in a similar place. And one of the things that she found out while she was doing this is that she can't save everybody. And that's really not her, that's really not the intention. But a lot of people who move into work like you do, that is their intention, is to save everybody, to change the world. And one of the things I want to point out is there's actually nothing wrong with our world. And I don't mean to say that in a disrespectful or uncompassionate place where people are suffering, because, people do suffer. But the human reality was created for contractual experiences. So souls come here to have contractual experiences because they help them to grow. And I know that sounds terrible, and it doesn't mean we aren't going to be compassionate. We're not going to care, of course. But you tend to have that energy that where you're willing to sacrifice your own happiness and your own joy to save people. And I want you to do things out of joy, not saving other people. You'll be able to help many, many more people in the world if you approach your work through joy. So this is going to be a very interesting concept for you to grasp. Would you agree? Yeah, because otherwise you're just going to get worn out and burn out, and then you're not going to be helpful to anyone. And that's what we see when a lot of people devote their time to causes, and because things don't change very quickly. Things take a long time to change. And when we look at even certain populations of people, one of the things that has to occur in order for permanent change, like better health care, or like even like a country like Haiti, which still hasn't changed, is that the energy and the vibration of the individuals have to change, and then the country can change. So we can pour billions of dollars, which we have multiple times, into a region like Haiti, and still everything's exactly the same, because they have corrupt governments and the vibration of the individuals, they don't believe that they're deserving or worthy. And so until we can change the subconsciousness and the vibration of individuals, no matter how hard you work, no matter what you do, things probably aren't going to change that much for certain populations of people. So and if you still feel energized and joyful doing that type of work, then that means you're in alignment. But if you have a misperception that your work is going to create drastic change that's going to be permanent, then I think you're going to be very disappointed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so,
I can definitely agree with that. I think that's what I have been trying to do for a lot of my life, is to save everyone,
right,
and to fix everything, and to to do that. And with this organization, I was actually the executive director for the last 2 years, and in that role really stepped in to try and bring change. But change, in that I learned that change does not happen quickly.
No,
and there was so much ingrained already in the organization that it wasn't able to be changed.
Right. So I have a couple ideas. Okay. So I know you're going to continue volunteering to some degree with this organization, but I want you to pay attention to your joy factor. How much happiness are you feeling? When do you feel like your energy is dropping? Because you're not going to be of help or benefit to anyone if you get sick. And I don't mean from the virus, because that, for most people, overcome the virus. The majority of the people do. I'm just talking about your health overall. And then you're going to have to hunker down, take vitamins, see a naturopath, a whole bunch of stuff. It's going to take a lot of time and energy. So this could be one of those areas and times in your life where you take that, necessary step, like, well, am I happy? And then cut the ties when you're not happy. Because I think it would be fun for you to start working with in the human realm, because you're going to want to help people. I know that, but I want you to work with people who can then go out and help others. That's what I want you to do. So I want you to kind of think about how you could affect people from a conscious and a subconscious level. I want you to think about that. Like, have you ever thought about being a hypnotherapist?
Not specifically, no. I've been working more in energy work and such in the last year or so. That particular path, no, I hadn't thought of. But yeah.
No, I love that whole idea about energy work. And one of the things I recently discovered about the way I work and why I think it's actually really effective for a lot of people is because I relax them so much. And I am a naturally positive person, which you are too. And so when I'm encouraging them to step into their magnificence and own who they are, they're so relaxed. They're almost like in a hypnotic place. Which I didn't know until I started reading about hypnosis. And I've been watching my clients for 20 years on the table, fluttering their eyelids and taking deep breaths and breathing from their belly while we're working together. And then I'm telling them the truth, by the way, about their magnificence. So I think that allows people to change. So I love that you're moving into energy work. I want you to move into that type of, how can you affect the psyche so we can get human beings to believe more strongly in themselves and believe loving and wonderful things about themselves, so that we can eventually affect large populations where it's so difficult to get those people to survive and thrive, right? So I think you're on the right track. Ding, 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 ding. Good for you. and you, go ahead.
Yeah, the one other aspect to it is I just traveled back to Minnesota from the New Jersey area due to the coronavirus, and being able to now be closer to family. And I'm not sure what this, I'm here for the moment. I haven't finished and cut ties in New Jersey yet, and I'm unsure of kind of if I should be planting here or if I should.
Yes, I get a yes.
You get a yes, okay.
Yeah, I think you like the quiet, the relaxation, and maybe it won't be permanent ultimately, but for right now and what you're doing and you need the nature and the kindness. And I'm not saying that people in New Jersey aren't kind. I actually love the directness of New York individuals, and New Jersey people. I like their directness, but it's just a lot. And you need to detach for quite a while and just have fun and learn new things. And okay?
Okay.
You get to do whatever you want, by the way, but those are just my perceptions. Okay.
It's just interesting to be back here and kind of where I grew up and with family versus being able to be away.
Yeah, but you won't live with them forever. But you need the nature. Your soul loves it. Okay.
Okay, and I like your puppy is talking in the background.
He's whining because he wants to go outside.
He need to be in nature, just like you said.
Yeah, exactly.
We will have time after the show for sure. That's fine.
Oh yeah, I'll take him for a nap. He might even go to Flower World if I get courageous enough to put on a mask and grab some flowers.
That's perfect. Give him a mask. Put a mask on him too.
I probably should actually. Yeah.
Thanks, Heather, for joining us from Minnesota. Now we'll take Amy calling in from Seattle before our next break. So hey, Amy.
Hi.
Hi, Amy.
Marie,
how are you?
For taking my call. Thank you. I'm good.
Of course. Do I know you? Like know you?
You know, everybody asks that, so that's funny. I have one of those familiar faces, but maybe a familiar energy as well.
Yeah, because I can't see you, but so that answer is no. I don't know you, but that's lovely. What can I do for you?
Yeah, we're a couple of degrees of separation. I know many people who work with you, so.
Oh, lovely.
In 2016, I read your intuitive self-healing book. Thank you so much for putting that out into the world.
You're welcome.
As I was battling breast cancer and
Oh.
won the battle, and everything has been clear and fine. And I've been working both with a naturopathic oncologist as well as my Western oncologist side by side.
Wonderful.
That whole time.
Love it.
Great. So then I got a message from my body earlier this year that I needed to move away from Western oncology and focus really on the naturopathic side.
Yeah.
It just felt time.
Yeah.
So my naturopath and I ran a whole bunch of blood tests, and my Western labs look perfectly clear. No problem whatsoever. Everything looks crystal.
Right.
But she also does a biosept marker. Are you familiar with that one?
I'm not actually, no.
Okay. So it basically looks at circulating tumor cells within your body.
Okay, yeah, I do know that one. Yeah, I do know that one. Yeah.
So my value was 0 for the longest time, and then it crept up just a little bit at the end of the year. And I intuitively really felt like this last time that we took it, that it would be back to 0, but it shot up to 171, which is still not high, but it's a warning signal.
Right, yeah.
And so I guess I haven't been able yet to tune into what that's about, because I think, coronavirus, all the uncertainty and all the things has prevented me from getting into that level. So I was just hoping that you had some idea of what that might be trying to tell me or what it's trying to whisper in my ear.
Right. So first of all, always modern medicine, the labs, if you compare labs from a naturopathic physician and labs from modern medicine, if it says you're healthy, naturopathic medicine is always going to find something that's off, because they look so much deeper into our endocrine system and our cellular function and and they know how to look at the authentic immune system versus modern medicine. They don't study that. They don't know that. No matter what they say, they know the basics, but they don't know the depths. So here's what I think you made the excellent choice by not continuing with your Western medicine. What happens is you're scared. You're really scared, but you were scared before. You were scared before the numbers went to the low. It's still kind of a low normal, so to speak, but it's that warning sign. So here's what I think you should do. I think you need to start practicing what if questions. And do you do that? First, that's my question.
I do not.
Yeah. So you're smart, you've got a busy mind, you're one of those people, I understand, I have similar ways of solving problems. You're someone, when you got a problem, you go out there and you take care of it, and you'll do anything that you're supposed to do, right? But that means you don't know how to let go, and you don't know how to get out of the way. And that means your brain can go to all these scary areas of your life, and the brain is powerful, especially the type of person that you are. Your brain is more powerful than the average person. So you have to stop thinking negatively, and I want you to start using positive what-if questions. I'm going to give you a couple of them, and they're not going to be exactly the way you think, because your brain's so smart. If I use the word health or healing, it might activate your ego to go, oh, So what if my body is happy? What if my entire endocrine system and all of my cells are delicious? What if every single day, with every breath I take, I relax into a beautiful bed of nutrients, meaning your body? So I'm telling you to be creative, be kind of poetic, and I want you to repeat these what if questions every single hour. And you don't have to say them out loud. You can say them silently. But most human beings, and you are at the top of the percentile of this, repeat negative what if questions in their brain thousands of times a day.
Yeah.
And so you cannot do that and create what you want in your life. Positive what if questions will immediately start to recalibrate your energy to match the answer. And if there are solutions that are good for you, they will become apparent, and it will feel delicious, not, oh, I have to do that too. It'll be more like, oh, that'll be fun. That'll be great. Sure. Right?
Yep.
So that's what you need to do. And I feel confident, but you'll have to let me know that if you do it, which I know you will, you're a good student, you're going to do your homework, that you're going to get a very different lab result next time. Okay. And don't even think about that lab result. Don't talk about it. You've talked about cancer way too much in the last couple of years. So let's just not even go there. Let's not bring that energy into your body. Okay.
Okay.
Promise?
That's great advice. That is awesome. Yes. Pinky swear. That's awesome. Thank you.
Yay. Pinky swear. Okay. And keep me posted. Okay.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Have a beautiful day.
All right. Thanks, Amy, for joining us from the Seattle area. 877-825-8828 is the number for the Marie Manuchehri Show. We're at our last break of the hour. We'll take that right now. Again, 877-825-8828 for the Marie Manuchehri Show. We'll be right back with more from Marie. All right.
I keep wanting to take off my headphones because that's
I know, right? How to have it.
And I can't, Yeah.
So we have 3 callers left. That'll probably take us out to the end.
Okay, I'm going to talk about a class that I'm going to put up on and am I yelling? Because I feel like I'm yelling a little bit.
It's probably because you are far away from your microphone, and so you need to turn your headphones
hear
up.
it.
But
I don't even know how to do that, honestly. Yeah. Well, I think my microphone is actually in the camera. So.
Right. So you're not hearing yourself. Like, you're hearing me up close.
Yeah. Got it. Okay. I'll try not to yell.
That's fine. Or can you turn your headphones up a little bit more?
I don't know how to do that. Well.
What's the little trigger on the side there? What's that little? What's that thing on the side there?
This little button here?
I guess. I don't know. I don't know. Listen to me while you're doing it.
Okay. There's a tiny little button here.
There should be. There could be a mute button on those. I don't know.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can still hear you.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So we'll figure that out.
We'll work on that next time. Okay.
Yeah. We have quite a few more
on your cable,
dates of this.
Piece right here. It's a.
This thing I have.
Yeah. Is there a volume control on that? Hello.
Hello.
Me.
Yeah.
Bingo.
It is. Okay, good job. Okay, I'm going to reach my pin, but I'll come right back.
I'm brilliant. I'm so brilliant.
You are brilliant.
I'll be in my trailer when you need me. That means I'm an actor, not because I have a trailer. I mean, I could live in a trailer down by the river. I mean, you never know. Not a van.
You're so funny. You're so
funny. Live in a van down by the river.
You're so funny. Charles got quiet, Courtney. Oh, she put him in the backyard. That's adorable.
Oh, is that why?
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to take care of the kids.
Right. No, yeah. He was just whining and Courtney's like following him around the house and, oh, so cute.
Courtney's like, wow, this job is really all about Marie's life.
Well, yeah, they're my assistant. Yeah.
Yep.
But she actually.
Well, that's why
fabulous.
Charles goes to doggy care while you guys are in the studio usually.
He usually goes on Thursdays, but I took him on Monday this week. And I'm not seeing any clients later on today. So
right.
We have so much other work to do. We're slammed. Literally. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's what I think. Anyway, yeah. Courtney's like shaking her head. Yeah, we're slammed. We get busier when life is hard. We get busier. That's just how it works for me.
All right. Coming back in here.
Okay. Manuchehri show. We're live from my dining room in Bothell, and Benny is in the studio in Bellevue, and Charles is outside now because he was whining so much. So it's
the new hotspot. It's your dining room. It's the new hotspot.
It is. Well, this is where I do all my recording, all my online courses, and we've got a lot of space in here, so we might make some changes down the road. But for now, it has the most interesting background, I think, and I think that's a big important thing when you're doing online classes. People need to look at interesting things besides just the person talking. And speaking of online classes, I'm working on, we might be able to post it today, I'm not sure. I'm working on a 4-week course about You Got This. I'm going to price it lower than I normally do so that if things are a little challenging for you financially, hopefully this will be in your budget. And it's going to be all about being positive, being happy, working out some financial issues if you need to, which could be important for some people, love life. We're just going to focus on some key areas about, your magnificence, and an hour and 15 minutes for 4 weeks on a Friday. We're going to do it on a Friday at 5 o'clock. So even the East Coast people can take it. And I always think that sometimes it's during the challenging times that we'll actually do the inner work, because we're like, dang, I got to figure this out. And then when the challenging times are over, you arrive in this place where your muscles are stronger and you're just better able to merge into just a phenomenal life for yourself. So that's going to be coming up pretty soon on the website. You can just go to energyintuitive.com. I'm sure we'll make a commercial for it. It's going to start in May, the first week of May. So you'll have about a month to sign up for it.
Sounds good. You kind of digitally went out there for a minute. So you said in May, right? Correct?
It's going to start the first week in May, and it'll be for 4 weeks. Yeah.
Great. Okay. Yeah. Cool.
Okay.
All right. We'll take now Jennifer, who's calling in from the Portland, Oregon area. Hi, Jennifer.
Hi, guys. How's everybody doing?
We're doing great. Thank you. How are you?
I'm doing great, too. I'm working from home, and I'm at my dining room table, too.
Oh, we're buddies right now. So what can I do for you?
I love that when I heard you say that first thing this morning. I'm like, yay, we're twinning. I feel really grateful. I'm a hospital worker, and I'm able to do what I do from home right now. So I feel blessed.
Wow. That makes me so happy. What a good hospital to work that out for you. I know. Yeah.
Yes.
Great. Well, and thank you for all the
energy work. Oh, sorry, Mike, go ahead.
I was just going to say, and also thank you for all the work you do in the world. Thank you. I love hospital workers. I love anybody in the healthcare system. Of course, it's where my heart is. And you do energy work too. That's exciting.
Yes, that's my love, is my energy work. And I've agree with what you said. I love hospital workers too. I never want to leave that part of my life ever.
Are you sure? Are you sure? Because
it's a part of yeah, I know. I've been there a long time, but
no.
Yeah.
I'm saying no. Okay. Because I heard you say energy work is your love, and you never have to do anything I recommend, but I mean, I miss the hospital every single day still, but I love what I do. I would say, I guess if we use a scale from 1 to 10 times more than what I did as a nurse. And I know even if they let me in once a year for a couple hours, I would love it. But if I were to stay longer and regularly, I wouldn't be able to have the conversations I can have with clients today. I wouldn't be able to make recommendations that I can make today. Even though I just wouldn't be able to do the things that I can do today. And so I want you to seriously consider building that love that you have for energy medicine and pulling back from the nursing career or the healthcare career.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I definitely have been thinking about that. I think, the day job is your bread and butter, and it's a place where I feel like I do energy work as well.
You do.
Really helping building teams and supporting systems, and I just love it. But my energy work is my joy. And this last year, I've taken the time to create a beautiful space in my home and really just continue to work on developing my craft, so to speak. And I kind of wanted to check in today and just hear what my guides are saying and how my energy work is looking. Sometimes I'm out here doing it and it feels amazing and expansive, but I just want to hear from you on the other side what that is looking like as well.
Well, first I want to point out something that you said, because a lot of our beliefs are really, really self-conscious or super subconscious, right? But you said your work is your bread and butter. Why can't your energy work be your bread and butter? Because that's just a belief.
Right.
You have a belief that you have to work under an umbrella of a major corporation to have health care. And oh, by the way, I want to give a shout out to LifeWise, which is the insurance company that I use. They sent us a letter, and I bet other healthcare insurances are doing this, that if for some reason, any of us who are on the insurance plan were to succumb to the virus, it's completely paid for, which my deductible is ginormous, So I was not that I was worried at all, and I don't care about those things. I'm like, oh, whatever, but I was like, wow, that is so kind of them. How incredibly kind for companies to step up and take care of people during a time like this. So I want you to seriously work, because the answer to your questions about your energy work is yes, of course, they love it. You're on track. You're having fun. That's the sign. The yellow brick road is joy. But you definitely have to work on your value and your self-worth and how you receive money, because you have a very limited, I know you think it's not limited, but in my opinion, it's limited, because I want you to have more choice, more opportunity. What if you contract with the hospital and go in there and do some team leading a few times a year and some cool conferences or something of that nature, and your energy work is off the charts, incredibly successful? What do you think about that?
Yeah, I love it. It's amazing.
Okay. And notice how your energy went.
Yeah.
And
I've had these little visions of going into the hospital with my real energy work,
Sure.
and really able to help elevate. And, the world's coming to that. It's just slowly.
Right. Well, it's not slow. You hesitate. I was talking to my, I know I'm yelling a little bit. It's because it's not like I'm in the studio and I'm piped into the system where I can really hear myself better. So I'm sorry for the yelling that I'm doing today. But could you say that one more time, what you just said? Oh, I know. I got it. So I was talking to my coaching students in the vibrational coaching program. It's a 12-week program that we're doing right now. And we were talking about hesitation. And what happens is people get inspired, they get great ideas, they, get motivated, and then they go, oh, like seconds later, oh no, I can't do that. And they come up with like 20 reasons why they can't do it, right? So interesting enough, that's not healthy. Hesitation is fear. That's not the universe talking to you. That's not your intuition. That's not your higher self. You need to write down those great inspiring ideas that you have. And when the hesitation comes, ignore that and take positive steps. But what I want to say to you, and you're not going to like this either, and I apologize, the hospital already offers, most hospitals do, in Washington State they do, in other areas. Even I was in Idaho teaching medical people about intuition at their hospital, right before it all kind of went to heck in a handbasket in Sun Valley, Idaho, by the way. They have a lot of viral issues there. So is that the hospitals aren't ready for you to be fully in body in energy medicine. You would be going against a lot of conventional medicine. So you have this idea that is a future idea, and I want you to be part of medicine, but I want you to use all of your knowledge and your awareness through energy medicine, and don't wait for the hospital to change. They're going to allow energy workers in there if they aren't pushing the envelope. You know what I mean? And energy work can be still very effective when you're not even saying a word and you're laying hands on people, and that's appropriate. Those people are choosing that form of healthcare. But you're trying to, you're thinking in your brain, and that's what's creating some of the hesitation, that you're going to wait till the hospitals shift their, I mean, look at our political arena. Have we changed much? We don't even have a woman who's can be on the ticket to be president. I mean, we did last time, she won the popular vote, but not the electoral vote. So we're really far away from the changes that you think are minutes away. They're not, and you can't wait for it. Don't hesitate, start taking action, create what you need for yourself. And then you'll be able to create some change, but not fully the change that you want, but you'll be able to create some change. Okay?
Okay. Beautiful.
All
Thank
right.
you so much, Marie.
You're welcome. Have a great day. And Benny, before we go to our next caller, I was talking about taking Charles to Flower World, and Carl Anderson, who we've interviewed on the show, he is a body worker and does beautiful Bach flower essence remedies. I take his remedies. He texted me and gave me a link. I can't quite hook onto it yet. I think I'm in a little bit of a spot here. My phone's about to die. That's what it is. Oh. But he's got an idea for a mask for Charles so he can safely go to Flower World with me.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So we'll of course post this somewhere, maybe on Facebook for all of our pet friendly people. Yeah. Thanks, Carl.
Sounds like a plan. See, if you mention it, some people are listening out there.
I love it. Right? I love it.
The way it works, All right, we'll take, I think we have maybe time for one more, maybe two before the end of the show. Lainey from the San Francisco area is now joining us. Hi, Lainey.
Hi, how's it going?
Great, Lainey. How are you?
I'm good, Marie. We met on the Esther Abraham cruise in Alaska.
Oh, yeah. I remember you. That was so fun. And it looks like we cruised at the right time, Lainey.
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh, you bet. You bet. I think about that trip a lot.
Right? I know. Awesome. I loved it. I loved it. Yeah, I'll definitely go again in the future. I definitely will.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm ready for it. I'm ready to go on a trip again after this whole thing is done transforming.
Well, there's
people are.
Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah. So what can I do for you?
Well, great. Well, so last time I was on the show, you really helped me out a lot because we talked about money, and you told me not to use that word ever again, and it would help flow.
Yeah.
So I love that. And so what I'm doing now is I'm helping companies with their online presence, and I'm really working with people to do free or no cost consultations. And I'm just trying to give away as much value as I possibly can to help people. And so I just want to make sure that I'm showing up. I feel really good about everything I'm doing, and I feel like a lot of energy around what I'm doing. I just want to make sure that I'm showing up right, that people are feeling good about it. Do you feel like I'm on the right track? I feel pretty darn good about what's happening. And that's the other thing too. It's I feel kind of good, great, and revitalized right now.
No, I like what you're doing, but did you say you're doing it for free?
So what I'm doing is I'm doing a no-cost consultation.
Oh, okay, great.
To give people some ideas, but then we're selling, SEO programs on the back end.
No, online, as you know, is where everything's going, right? Even my neighborhood, I bet half the kids would be more than thrilled to have a couple days at home at least studying for a few hours in the morning, one-on-one and away with a teacher, because that's all they're seeing is that one teacher, and then go out and ride their bike and go out, have a picnic with their family in the afternoon. Online is and we're moving into the Aquarian age, and Aquarius is all about technology too. So yes. And so did not saying the word money help with the flow of your resources?
I think so too. I do think so. It was funny. It was odd just to not do it, but I think it did. And so now this is kind of related now. What's happening too is where I'm just believing that all the seeds that I'm planting for the sales are really going to blossom when people feel more comfortable putting resources back into the economy, that I'm really transforming the digital landscape and saying, like, your website's your store and your SEO is like
digital
marketing.
It's your store. Okay. It absolutely is. But I'm just going to ask it more because I didn't get, are you making more? Are you having more financial wealth?
You know, yeah, I mean, I had a really, really good year last year, and I feel like this year's going to be even better.
Great. That's it. I'm sorry. I just wanted to be clear because I always love that whatever I do is really helping and really working. So that's why I pushed you to get that answer. And I'm really, really happy. And I'm super excited for you. And yes, you're on track. You sound fabulous. I'm very happy for you.
Great. I mean, it's funny, like when I first started telling people this story.
I have to go though, but I'm so sorry because Benny's giving me the music.
Unfortunately, we've got to do that. Sorry.
Call back next week. Yep. I want to hear your story. And I'm sorry for yelling, everybody. I'll work on that so that I'm not straining my voice and you have to turn down the volume. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Benny. Thank you, Courtney, for all your help. Everyone have a beautiful day. Be safe. 6 feet away. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Stay home. Okay. Bye-bye.
Cool. All clear. Woo.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Okay.
Hang on, let me just push some buttons here. Get out of there. Get out of there. And boink. Yay. Okay. Well, you have a great rest